Twitter, X, and Facebook. Welcome to the Samurai Sound Community Hub. My name is Austin David Coffey. I'm the production manager for Samurai Sound, coming at you live from Strawberry Hill Studio in Marin County, California, just north of that Golden Gate Bridge. We are a community of voice actors and artists and musicians, and especially voice actors. The reason Samurai of Sound exists is to help you kickstart your voice acting career. I will introduce myself. Most of you, some of you might know me. I see a lot of new faces, which is really cool. My name is Austin. I am in charge of setting up all the events. I'm the manager for our community of Samurai of Sound members. I am a voice actor, a composer, a recording engineer, a writer, and sound designer and project manager for the studio. So that's just a little bit about me. And why don't we start with a round of introductions before we get to the main event. I'm expecting Wendee sometime around 5:30. Wendee Lee is going to be joining us today to talk about her journey into, she says, racing home now, the voice acting industry, and a little bit about what we can expect from her upcoming workshop. So in the meantime, I would love to hear from some folks. How about we just start from the top left and go with Michael. Michael, if you could unmute and tell us a little bit about your story as a voice actor, as a creative. Yes. That makes sense. Yeah, this is a good place to be to get your foundations, to get that initial training in, and sort of build up from there. So you've come to the right place. Have you been to a Samurai Sound Community Hub before? Okay, cool. What workshops have you been to? Cool. Was the Walla one with Morgan Berry? Cool. And okay, great. One thing that I always forget to mention, make sure when you're introducing yourself, let us know if you're a Samurai Sound member already, so that we can understand a little bit more. We're getting to be a lot of members. I don't always remember all the names to the faces, but I'm glad all of you are here, of course. And with that said, why don't we move on to, Andrew's getting in the waiting room, to Husi. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, please correct me. Juicy. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your service. Orion, welcome. Well, beautiful. Welcome, Orion. And next we have one of our Samurai Zone Red Belt members, KJ Hoyt. Welcome, KJ. Wonderful. Yes, we will get to that demo reel. We've been building up to it, and that'll be a really exciting journey. Craig, welcome. I did mute you because I noticed some background noise. So if you could unmute and introduce yourself. Or let us know you're there. Maybe you could post in the chat. I'll give you a few more seconds, and then we can always come back to you. All right, we will come back to you. Yeah. And everybody, please welcome our Black Belt member, Andrew Tebay. Welcome, Andrew. Congratulations. It's the home stretch. Do you have a final exam, final project? I know you're studying visual effects or compositing, or what is it? Wow. Congratulations. All right. Welcome, Melissa. Melissa, can you tell us a little bit about your journey as a voice actress, as a creative person, or a little bit about how you found out about Samurai as a Sound, or whatever comes to mind? Morgan Berry. That's really cool that you just jumped into the dubbing, because it is quite a technical skill, but it's one that you don't get a lot of experience with unless you take our workshops, right? Because it's such a specific skill. We do have some workshops coming up. Wendee's going to talk about her workshop that is definitely approachable from all stages of the process. Michael says he's done Jose Sandoval's class as well, which is awesome. Really great turnout today. This is really, really amazing. Thank you so much for sharing, Melissa and Jaquez. Oh, I'll mute the feedback loop real quick. Hello. I love to hear that. I am so excited to be receiving those auditions. Auditions for the first episode are open until May 7th, and there's been a really great level of involvement there. We're actually going to do an event, a special free version of our role-playing event in May. Anyone is welcome. We're going to announce the final cast for the first episode. So that is really exciting. We have Raj walking in with his kids. Really exciting news, Jaquez. Thank you. And Miss Larissa, hi, welcome. Anything you want to share with us, since I feel like it was only a week ago, was maybe 2 weeks ago we did our role play. Miss Larissa will be transforming into an owl, hopefully in the very near future. So that is exciting news. And with that said, we have some kind of oracle. Kelly, these are extraordinary circumstances, but we're just going to go with it. Welcome, Kelly. It's you. Good. Hi, Kelly. Can you give us a little bit about your story? Like a little bit maybe of the history of this mythical Glen that you seem to find yourself in, or possibly your story as a voice actress? That is amazing. If you have, feel free to post your links, guys, if you have links in the chat. Try not to add too many and spam everyone. That's my job. I'm the one that clogs the chat with all the. But do add your links if you got YouTube links and stuff like that. Isn't that great having one spot to bring everyone? That is so professional. Nice to meet you. And with that, Vincent, our newest white belt member, welcome, Vincent. Yes, we can. You may already know a little bit about what Vincent's been involved with from the Voices Rising newsletter that went out the other day, where we featured some of his work. So I'm sure we'll hear about that once more. Welcome, Vincent. Wonderful. Thank you, Vincent. Really excited to hear those auditions. And JC, welcome, JC, Red Belt member. Wonderful. Wonderful. I will provide more of these links towards the end, but since you mentioned the Red Belt program, if you guys use that link in the chat, you can actually join for 20% off, and you get the private trainings with myself or Raj. That offer is good until the end of the day as well. And all right, thanks, JC. And next we have EJ. Dipping your feet in. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, EJ. Wonderful. Yep. Speaking of Digimon, I am thrilled to welcome Wendee Lee to our community hub. Many of you will know her from Faye Valentine and Cowboy Bebop, Yoruichi in Bleach, and lots of other roles. Brilliant performer, generous mentor, and we are incredibly lucky to have her live with us this evening. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Wendee. We'll resume the intros later, don't worry. Currently, we are hovering around 30 on the Zoom call and a few more tuning in the various streaming platforms. I will pin you if that's all right. Thank you so much for joining us. Lovely to see you, Wendee. I heard that you and that's okay, Leandrew. I heard that you and Raj had a great time on the Cowboy Bebop tour. So I'd like to do a quick. I have a few questions that I'm dying to ask Wendee before we open up the floor, and one of them is, and I think this goes for all of us. I would love to know the story behind how you got into the voice acting industry. Raj, Wendee is on if you want to come say hi. Wendee is on. If you want to come say hi, she's doing a feature.
Sorry, what's that?
If you have a second, you want to say hi to Wendee, she's on.
Oh, hey. I get a consultation right now.
No worries. I just muted Jiren's microphone, and I agree that raising hands is probably the way to go. I saw that Daniel had his... Sorry, I forgot I was muted. I went ahead and muted the microphone, and I saw that Daniel had his hand raised first, so maybe he's got a question we can answer. Auditioning for video games and animation. Yes, yes, I am here. I just wanted to add a little bit to that. Uh, I totally get your point about the room for error there is in trying to mind read when you are working on an audition. We have auditions open right now for a show that we're producing through the studio called Echoes of Eternity. And JC was able to use his training, one-on-one training time through his Red Belt membership to actually do the audition live with me. So we were able to sort of modify as we went along to get closer and closer to that vision that I had for those characters. JC, yes. A lot of it was also story context that influenced how the lines would be delivered, the words that would be emphasized, the emotion, how they're feeling about what they're saying or who they're talking to, that may or may not have come through in the notes that we were able to really flesh out back in a back and forth exchange, right? I'm so sorry. How about I believe that Kelly was next in line. Kelly, do you have a question? Wendee, I think that's a really exciting idea, and I'm really happy to discuss that with you further. That's really cool. Beautiful, beautiful. How are we doing on time? Do we have time for one more question? Wonderful. Typically we go till 6:30, so maybe time for a couple more. I see that Chandler has had his hand raised for quite some time. Chandler, do you have a question?
Benji. Come on.
Thank you, Wendee. And for those of you who would like some more experience opportunities to practice their audio editing, I will be hosting another recording and editing for your voice acting demo reel workshop in August. That's August 27th. I just confirmed the date for that, so I don't have it listed on the website yet, but you can save the date if you're interested in more audio editing practice. It's very true. All right, so next we have Vincent. Vincent Ali, our most recent white belt member. Welcome, Vincent. What is your question? Did that go through, Vincent? Did you hear me? He was just DMing me on Zoom. He says having issues with tech. Okay, well, just you can. If you figure it out in a few minutes, maybe you can have the next question. For now, let's move on to our black belt member, Andrew Tebay. Andrew, what is your question?
Hi, Ivan. How are you? Good. Can you hear me okay? I can't hear you on your end. Let me. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Hello there.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you? Hi.
I am Ivan's mom, and I
Okay.
apologize for missing our once baby's microphone.
No problem. No
We have
problem.
no excuse. We were waiting since this morning, and then we got these numerous cats here,
Okay.
and
It's
I
all good.
apologize.
No problem. No problem at all. It's okay. It's not a
He's
busy
a
day,
very
so we.
responsible kid.
Okay.
It's his mom that just needs to deal a little bit with things more than
It's
anybody.
your mom? Oh, wow. Okay. Very cool.
Yes, nice to meet you.
I'm Raj. Nice to meet you as well. So, are you in? Sorry, Ivan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Are you located local? You're in County?
We're in Las Vegas.
Oh, Las
We're
Vegas.
Las
Okay.
Vegas.
Okay. Great. Great. Nice to meet you, Ivan. So tell me about yourself, Ivan. What are you doing? Are you a student or what's your situation right now?
Well, well, what I'm concerned about voice acting. Don't go there because he's asking what you are up to right now. We're in 11th grade right now.
Okay.
What
Take your time. There's no rush or anything. Take your time. Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
You're where? You're in 11th grade, right?
Okay.
24/7.
That's great. That's great. That's perfect. You got lots of time. Okay. And so tell me about what kind of stuff do you like? What kind of voice acting? Are you into anime or games, or do you have any specific titles that you really love? Like, is there a specific anime or game that you really love?
What's the ultimate dream?
What?
Literally,
Yeah, what is the ultimate dream?
Digimon.
Yeah,
Digimon obsessed.
Digimon.
Digimon.
Okay, that's funny because the Digimon voice actor is on the other line right now here in the studio.
He's
Thank
amazing.
you so much, Wendee. That was amazing. We're going to move on to Vincent, who has his microphone sorted. Vincent, what is your question?
If you want to jump off this and jump on to that, I can meet with you guys again later or something. If you want to
Well,
schedule.
it says that there's only 7 minutes left though, and we
Oh
missed
yeah.
all of it, pretty
Oh
much, right?
no. Let me find out. They're still online. Let me find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let
All
me
right.
check.
Thank you.
Hey Austin, are you guys finished at 6:30? Somebody else wants to jump on.
We're done at 6:30. We might run a little late today because there's so much engagement.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll just. They're gonna be on. They're gonna be on for another 15 minutes. Would you like to jump on? I can wait for you. We can meet again. We can meet again. There's no problem tomorrow. My schedule is pretty good, so we can meet tomorrow if that's better for you. If you want to jump onto this, okay?
That's okay. Yeah, then we can do that. Can you please send us another link and then
I
we'll
will.
reschedule with you?
I will do that. Okay. All right.
Yeah, appreciate you so
Okay.
much.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
You bet. Take care.
See you
Bye bye.
tomorrow.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye bye. See you
Crash.
later, Austin.
We go back to that.
I think they're gonna jump in, Austin. They're really excited.
Wendee, that was enlightening. Thank you so much. As we come in for a landing here, I'm wondering if you have any advice to give those of us who are interested in attending your workshop, but maybe are not sure if they're ready. What would you say? Auditioning for anime and video games. Beautiful, Wendee. I will post the link to book Wendee's workshop here in the chat. I've posted it a couple of times, but we have such an active chat. I am going to post it again. Yes. I want to make sure that everyone can see that. I'm not sure that they can. It may have been a direct message. Vincent's our lucky winner. Yes, that did the trick. All right. And if we do we have time for one last question, Wendee? Wonderful. All right. Let's have Akani has been very patient. Akani, what is your question? That was beautiful, Wendee. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to share your wealth of experience with our community. It really, really means a lot to us. So we're all really looking forward to your workshop and for to see how things will progress in the future. It sounds like we've got lots of projects brewing. So that's really exciting stuff. I will post the link in the chat one more time. And then if anyone has any questions for me about how to get involved in this workshop or anything else we have upcoming or the membership, I will be on for another few minutes. All right. I want to say one more thank you to Wendee. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, Leandrew. Leandrew, I am going to mute your microphone now. All right. Well, I think that will about do it for our Samurais of Sound Community Hub. Thank you all for your participation. Thank you, Wendee, especially. And we will be in touch, of course, about upcoming workshops and projects. And to everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. See, my camera's off. Take care, everyone. See you next time.